Welcome to the Holy Yogi, where we help you find the guru inside of you. Hello, beautiful. Hello, handsome. How you doing today? And if no one has told you today that they love you, let me be the first. I love you and some cyber hugs out there for you too. Hey, it's going to be a fantastic day because love truly makes the world go round and round and round. And love is the greatest medicine of them all. And don't you forget it. I don't know what you're going through today. And it even doesn't even matter. I want you to stay in the light and stay in the love. And I promise you, you'll still see the rainbow at the end of the pot of gold. With that said, this is what I want you to do before we begin our fabulous message for today. I need you, I wish you guys could see this beautiful, sexy sky up above, and I want you to see the blue clouds, trust me. And I got nature behind me. I hear the wonderful insects, and I hear the crickets, and I hear the birds, bees, I see the flowers, I see the trees. It is such an awesome day. And I want you to like, comment, I want you to hit the notification button and ding, 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 and subscribe today to the Holy Yogi, because we're really, truly in the business of making your world the best place that it could possibly be. Okay, the message for today is no matter the obstacle, you will win. No matter the obstacle, you will win. Hey, listen, everything that we try to do in life, I promise you, there are going to be some obstacles. Some people call them roadblocks, some people call it Murphy's Law. But you already know that it is a part of the plan and the program. Today, I was trying to do a particular task, and we thought we had it all figured out. And when you reach that road of massive success, of abundance, of prosperity, of all the knowing, and knowing how powerful that you are, you never ever let that stop you. You have an if it's to be up to me mentality. Whatever's going on, things are going to happen. And what you need to do is stay positive, stay in the light, and ask the universe, okay, universe, I got it. What path do I need to take now? And when you give it up to God and the universe, immediately trust that the universe will provide the answer, and be open to how the answer will be provided to you. Don't focus on how you want it to come your way, because we always got an idea of how we're going to solve it. Now, immediately, don't ever try to solve your problems. And as I say this to you, once again, I don't want you to believe it's outside of you. I want you to believe that God, the goddess within inside of you is solving the problem. Okay, because sometimes we get caught up into, once again, looking for the answers outside of us. I want you to understand that all the answers are inside of you. Okay, and it's going to come out through the projection of instinct. So let me give you an example of another obstacle that I had. And it always, the silver lining, it always comes out just right. So let me think for a second. Trust me, I've had many, of dreams that I was trying to get done. Okay, so, matter of fact, let's talk about me trying to move here to the Atlanta, Georgia area. If you can imagine, it's during the time, 2012, I moved out here. This is like 4 years after, Barack became president in 2008. I got divorced in 2008, and I was really trying to make it work out. My real estate empire had tanked, the real estate boom I was a part of, and I was also part of the real estate bust. So I lost all of my real estate, foreclosures and everything, because I went through a bankruptcy and a divorce. A divorce leading into a bankruptcy. I was lucky enough to save myself on the bankruptcy. but I was very fortunate to get the divorce. That's another conversation. But the reality of the situation is this is where I'm at. And I'm literally at the point where I have to make a major decision because the funds are getting really, really low. And I can remember meditating and praying on, universe, what I need to do. And sometimes you've got to make drastic changes in order to get drastic results. And Spirit told me to move out to the Atlanta, Georgia area. I talked to another naturopathic doctor, and her spirit, reminded me of that in this arena. It's was upward coming, urban type of cool, became Black Hollywood, just a lot of great things going on out here. Very much ambitious and successful, community of people that are, simply put, great hustlers. Hustling has had a negative connotation, but if you fully understand, when we say hustle, we got the oomph, we got the hustle in us to go out there and to make things happen, to achieve massive success. So anyway, I had to move out here, etc. And I'm in Texas. I had a relative that lived out here. I literally bought a house sight unseen. Didn't come because, quite frankly, hey, I'm low on funds and I'm having 2 small babies. I can't just get up and go and check out things. I didn't have anybody to watch my kids, etc. So I'm trusting on the universe and God. And in a nutshell, first obstacle is that I can't get out there. So I had a cousin that lived out here, contacted her. She went and actually saw the properties for me, went and took pictures, etc. And I picked the one in the town called Lovejoy. Well, you can't, me, I'm all about the love. I'm all about the joy. So I knew I couldn't lose with that type of experience. Make a long story short, sight unseen, came out, purchased the home. Absolutely to perfection. The obstacles and things of that nature can come through, but the universe told me that was my house. The universe told me it was all good. The universe told me I was going to get a great deal. Bought it free and clear, 100% owned. So I could start all over again. At least I didn't have to worry about my overhead, and I could really get started and resurrect my career, my purpose in life, and what I was supposed to do. Second obstacle, I get out here, but I can't move into the house. So I got a couple. I can't tell you how when you trust in God that God got your back. If God can provide, think about it. The birds and bees and flowers and trees, they don't know where they're going to get their next, meal, or where they're going to live, or how they're going to survive out here in the elements. They just trust that God got everything on alignment, and all they got to do is work in alignment with God and trust and give it up to God. And that's what I do with everything in my life. So now I'm out here, can't move into the place. I need to find a place to stay, an economical place to stay. Keep in mind, I'm temporarily unemployed. I am temporary cash challenged, right? So I'm finding out all these hotels are charging, I think at one time I spent, just 5 days in a hotel. You can easily spend $600-700. I even spent, I think $900 in another hotel, etc. And I had 2 weeks before my house was to open. So I'm like, okay, we got to do something. So I pull up at this, I think it's called Hometown Suites or something like that here in Atlanta. And I go in there, and at the time they were charging $150 for 7 days. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, that's what I need. And so I go in there, and I'm like, yes, I finally found a place. I go to the front desk, and she says, we're totally full. Sorry, we don't have a place. I'm like, oh, God. And she's like, she looks at me and she says, I said, I just now relocated here from Texas, Atlanta. I am really short on funds. If you could understand, just playing free and clear for house, right? So, etc. So I'm like, okay, so I'm about to walk out the door. She said, wait a minute, hold up. So she goes out, and as she's going out, I'm saying a prayer, hallelujah, praise Jesus. She said, wait a minute, hold up. She goes out and she checks And make a long story short, somebody was moving out. I mean, I'm telling you, grace of God, when one door closes, another door is going to open up. Just trust. And luckily, someone was just leaving. She told me I had to wait. I was like, child, I'll wait. I have no problem with waiting. And make a long story short, I was able to stay there, not 1 week, but I was able to stay there for 2 weeks. And I was able to get that key and walk into my brand new, wonderful townhouse that I've been here for the last 7 years, and I'm preparing to transition from here to. But the beautiful thing about it is trust. The more of the story is the universe, the obstacles are gonna come. The little hurdles are all gonna come, you know. And along the way, right there at that townhouse, I needed a handyman. And to this day, we are best buddies and pals. Eddie, a handyman. In a nutshell, you know, he came over, he fixed the things that needed to be fixed. You know, when you buy a HUD home, you are going to have some challenges, some unexpected things are going to happen. And, you know, and he was economical. I mean, oh my God, you know, I mean, charged me very minimum, you know, to help me get started and back on track. You know, I can't stress to you, stay positive. This is what most people do. They get negative. They immediately put out the energy, I'm stuck, and they don't give themselves an opportunity to figure out how it's going to happen. They don't have the optimistic attitude. And so when you have a pessimistic attitude and you think your glass is half empty, you're going to see the worst case scenario. And guess what? When you see the worst case scenario, when you think the worst case scenario, and when you start speaking the worst case scenario, that ends up happening, and you are in a hole. You can't get that place. You can't, you know, get that, you know, that rental property for, you know, not rental property, but the rental home for a period of time that you wanted to. Or you can't find that home, because I was in a predicament when the house that I purchased, you know, I was looking to stay close to the kid's dad because I wanted, you know, the kids to be close to their dad, etc. But I had to deal with reality with the funds that I had available, the decent type of environment and living that I had to move out of the state in order to be able to accommodate that. And I knew that was what I was supposed to do because God had provided for me. You see, trust that even if God takes you someplace where you think you don't want to be, you got to go where God wants you to be. And you see the blessing, and it's the best decision I've ever made. I absolutely love where I'm at right now. And that's why it's so important that you prepare for the obstacles, and then it's not if I can't do anything, it's how I can do it. I have a how-to mentality. Like, how am I going to do it? What are we going to do in order to get these things done? And just prepare, get quiet, listen, pay attention, and trust that God is going to provide you with the people, places, situations, and circumstances to manifest whatever it is that you want and whatever it is that you need. Trust, 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 trust. The God, now remember, God is not outside of you. And excuse me if I say God, and I love to say Goddess, because I tell Jesus, see that Goddess as you. See Great Spirit, see Omnipotent Force as you, because it is you, because God has endowed you with you're a mini God. And so everything that you believe God to be, the omnipotent, all-powerful, all-knowing one, you are. And when you realize that and accept that and open yourself to that, the universe will provide with the all-knowing information, resources, the money, the people, the things, whatever it is that you want, you will be provided for. And that's why I've been able to massively succeed. And it's so beautiful, because you really feel as though you're in partnership with the universe. You really see the harmony and the synchronicity of going on with the orchestra of life. And you see you're playing yourself a beautiful song and also a beautiful life. So let's say our prayers of meditation and trust that no matter what the obstacles are, you will find a way out of no way. Peace and blessings to you, dear Heavenly Spirit, divine, gracious Mother, Father, God that's inside of me. Thank you so much for reminding me how powerful, how loving, how resourceful that I am. and all that I've experienced is no matter what obstacles come my way, that I know that there's a way out of no way that's going to take me to the promised land of love, peace, joy, and happiness, because I am the one. I am the love. I am the source of all my abundance. Peace, Hetapu, Namaste. Have a fantastic day.